So I want to ask a question. It doesn't get asked a lot. I think I know a small part of this, but you're going to take me deeper. Why a virgin birth?
Okay, so I think the first question we need to answer to get to that is, why a birth at all? Why does Jesus need to be born? God is fully entering human life, which means a full human experience. Now, that doesn't mean that Jesus has to experience anything any human beings ever experience. So, for example, Jesus never learns to drive a car, right? I mean, that's not something. But what he does experience is what all human beings have experienced together. We've all experienced being born. Thankfully, none of us remember it, but we've all experienced being born. We experience learning to walk. We experience learning to talk. We experience being a part of a community. We experience facing conflict. We experience learning how to have friends. Jesus is fully human, which includes the full human experience. He doesn't enter our world through a side door. He comes in the same way we all come into the world. He needs to be born to be human.
Okay, so that's the birth part. Let's unpack why a virgin birth.
Because Jesus is entirely unique as the Son of God. He doesn't come into existence at conception. He comes into humanity at conception.
Say that again.
He doesn't come into existence at conception. God the Son already existed.
That's powerful.
But he comes into humanity at conception. It's a virgin birth because he's coming into, not into existence, but into humanity at conception. He already exists. So when Elizabeth, and you're doing another contrast, when she gets pregnant, we can assume that her pregnancy was an answer to a prayer she may have quit offering years earlier. Okay. But when Mary gets pregnant, it is an entirely unanticipated on Mary's part. She's not being blessed with an answer to prayer. She's being called to do something to which she has to choose obedience. Yeah. And I want to highlight, and we say virgin birth all the time, what we're really talking about is virgin conception. But it's an act of creation that is as unexpected as the first time anything ever went from non-existence to existence, ever went from chaos to cosmos. The most difficult question in the sciences is, why is there something rather than nothing? Either there has never been nothing, which means there's always something, which itself is staggering to believe, or there was nothing and then something, which leads us to believe there's always been someone who's been responsible for bringing something out of nothing. But what we see in the story of Jesus is we see the miracle of God's creative activity. God is bringing a new creation in the midst of old creation. It's as if in the middle of a well-lit day, God said again, "Let there be light."
Yeah.
And just as suddenly, there is Jesus in the womb. Mary asked the right question, which is how? But the only answer to that question is who?
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit, the Spirit who hovered over the chaos before God spoke the world into existence, is the same Spirit that's hovering over Mary.
Beautiful.
And for Mary, that answer is enough for her to believe there will be new life within her. So the virgin birth highlights the humanity of Jesus as a human birth, but also the deity of Jesus through a virgin conception. And overall, it shows us God's ability to bring about a new creation, which happens once in the womb in the Mary, but it's going to happen again in the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea, where God takes what is dead and he makes it not just alive again, but entirely new life. And both are made possible by the presence of God's Spirit.